Okay, so I'm here with Dr. Carla Baan, who is from the Netherlands, and she has been a part of the WTC organizing committee. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with that?
Yeah, I've been invited by Emily Muller, the first past president of the Transplantation Society, which was a surprise to me. And she asked me, well, we need people that can, provide content, names of speakers, moderators for the WTC, help us to organize it, which is rather cool. And you're representing Europe, so use your network to help us to organize the WTC. So I signed up for that, and that's how it kicked off.
Fantastic. So have you had a wonderful time here in San Francisco?
Well, yeah, I'm enjoying myself. A bit recovering from the jet lag, but the first 1 and 2 days were really perfect. I arrived, did some sightseeing, and then went to the meeting. We had a strategy meeting for the Transplantation Journal, and after that the first session started with a really cool presentation of Elmi Blumberg and Chris Crook.
Fantastic. So you are also the social media editor. You and I have been doing this work together for like
10 years,
10 years now with the Transplantation Journal. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it started 10 years ago. It started a bit slow with posting stuff on Twitter at that time. And after a couple of years, you initiated the idea of, wow, we should do something with visual abstracts. And that's an ongoing process with the visual abstracts. And now we're doing pitching videos, and we have way more platforms from Twitter X to Blue Sky, LinkedIn, and so on. And we have a growing number of followers, so that's going very well. And we also publish our stuff in the Pulse, the newsletter of the society, so I think it's all well appreciated.
So all the intention is to make sure that more people can access the high quality scientific material that is published by the Transplantation Journal, and also understand all the exciting events that the Transplantation Society is having. So what's the next meeting that you're excited about?
The next meeting here in San Francisco, or?
Any meeting.
Any meeting. Well, I'm also traveling to the international meeting in San Diego in November. That's a joint meeting for basic scientists and organized by the TTS, ESOT and AST. So I'm looking forward to that too. But first let's enjoy ourselves here in San Francisco.
So tell me about what it's like to be a basic scientist.
Well, basic scientist, I started in the laboratory. One of my aunts was always working in the lab, and I thought, wow, that's interesting, because my background is completely different. I'm grown up in a family that runs a furniture business, so I was not familiar with hospitals or laboratories, but it triggered me, so I went to school, to the laboratory school, and then 4 years later, here I am. I'm running a laboratory in the Erasmus Medical Center, Rotterdam, the Netherlands, for transplantation immunology with 30 people, 15 PhD students, postdocs and technicians. And our focus is trying to develop biomarkers to detect rejection or to identify patients who developed tolerance, to understand how immunosuppressive agents interact with the immune system of a patient. So that's my business, daily business, yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And so you were the former president of the European Society of Organ Transplantation?
Yeah.
When was that?
That was in 2011, 2013. I was the first female basic scientist that was asked for this wonderful job. It was a challenge. I learned a lot. I met many interesting people. Also had to travel to several countries in Europe, work together with people in the back office of the society. So it was a learning experience, and very useful and helpful for me. And it also, I think, put me on the map for the job that I'm doing right now for the society and for the journal.
Yeah. So what's the most exciting thing to you about a global transplant meeting?
Well, meeting people from all over the place, from, let's say, from not only from Europe and the US, but also from India, from China, from Japan. I'm working now with people from Korea, so yeah, that's the most exciting thing. Well, it is also a bit challenging because of the language, but also of the time differences. When we try to set up a meeting with people from Australia and here the West Coast, well, some people have to be up early at 5 a.m. or so, or others can go to bed late, but
Yes.
that's how it is. And that makes my job interesting. Not only the things that I'm doing in Rotterdam for the daily business, but also, let's say, have colleagues and friends from outside that circle and work with international people.
Fantastic. So Carla Baan was the first female basic scientist who is the president of a major transplant society around our world. And so what advice would you give to young people who are excited about transplantation and excited about basic science?
Well, don't be shy, dare. So I think that people will always get a chance in life. You will always be asked for a certain job, and when you think, wow, it's interesting, don't think at first glance, wow, I'm not trained for that, I can't do it, but just step forward, because people believe in you, and if people believe in you, they will also help you to fulfill that task that you have been asked for. So stand up, dare, and if you think, wow, people are not seeing me, try to knock on the door and say, hey, this is me, and I would love to do something for a society or a scientific board. And of course, you have to invest a couple of, let's say, free time hours. It's not always between 9 to 5, but sometimes it can be, let's say, at 10 p.m. that you have to meet on Teams and work together with people from other societies or other countries.
So don't be shy and put in the time and effort, and maybe one day you'll too be the president of a professional society like Carla was. So you also work with the fellows, right, with the journal. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have 8 fellows, also from all over. We have fellows that work with us together for the social media, so we are trying to set up a webinar, but also fellows that help us writing a tutorial for how to review a paper. I'm also trying to mentor them, so really pushing them to step forward and do things for the journal, because sometimes also, especially fellows, are very busy in their career, because they are in their, let's say, early 30s or something like that, and that they do not always have time to help us with the journal. But very often they bring in creative new ideas, which is really cool and appreciated, because I'm a bit of an older generation, but they have sometimes really nice and very helpful ideas.
Fantastic. So when is the next opportunity for people to get involved in editorial fellowships with the journal?
Well, we will have an advertisement in the fall this year. So it will be a position that will be open for everyone, young people with writing skills that are willing to work with the journal for the next 2 years, and they can apply by sending in a CV and a nice letter.
Fantastic. So stay tuned. Will that be announced in the Pulse newsletter?
In the Pulse newsletter, on the website of the journal, and I also think in a blast email.
So fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time and your commitment for organizing such a fantastic 2025 World Transplant Congress. I know it's been a lot of work, and we really appreciate your time and energy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Carla.
Okay.